Now you downloaded this file. Okay, you downloaded this file. Now double click this file. When you double click this, installation begins, installation starts. So in installation, you'll get this window. In this, select what? Custom. Select custom. Select custom installation. After selecting this custom installation, next one. So in third step, you select what? Installation. Installation. So what installation? New SQL Server standalone installation. In these options, select the first one, new SQL Server standalone installation. Okay. Then after selecting this, specify the edition. This edition comes automatically. Okay. Next one, accept what's it? License. Accept license. Accept license. Click next. Accept the license. Click next. Next one, Microsoft what? Update. Microsoft update. Okay. You want any updates from Microsoft? You want any updates from Microsoft? If you want updates, select this. I don't want any updates from Microsoft. Then uncheck. Don't select this. Okay, na? I don't want any updates from Microsoft. Don't select. Next, eighth one, install rules. Install rules. You don't need to do anything. Simply click what's it? Next. Next one, future selection. In future selection, select only what's it? Database engine. Don't select here Python, etc. Okay, na? Don't select this. So select only what? Database engine. If you select Python, if Python libraries are not there, then it will not, it gives error. It will not install. So that is why don't select this Python yet. Select only database engine. Database engine. Select database engine. Next, instance configuration. Instance configuration. Leave it to the default. Step 10, instance configuration. Leave it to the default. Whatever is there, leave it. Click next. Next one, server configuration. Click next. Configure database engine parameters. So in this step, you select mixed mode authentication. Mixed mode authentication and enter password. Enter password, confirm password. Enter the password 123. Just simple password. Enter simple password, but don't enter complex password. Enter simple passwords. Okay, na? Then that's all. So nothing to do. Next one, accept installation. That's all. Finish. Okay. So this is what, like, step-by-step installation of WhatsApp. Okay. Then step-by-step installation of then now. Okay. After completing this, okay. After completing this is today's 24th. Like, so these are the links for then what this is, like links for, okay, na? Then downloading, links for downloading and installing, links for download. Okay. So first 2019, what is the 19 developer edition? Server 2000. Next one. So first downloading the software. Download. What is the link for downloading? So this is the link. Okay, this is the link. This is for download. Link for download. Next, step installation. Okay, then. So this is for downloading SQL Server. This is for step-by-step installation. Okay, then just follow these steps. Whatever steps are there yet, follow that steps. So in any problems in installation, like you can bring your laptop. Okay, na? Huh? While installing, if you get any problems, just bring your laptop. Okay. So now one second. Huh? Now, okay, fine. SQL Server installation is completed. SQL Server installation is completed. Okay, that's all. If you install SQL Server, is it enough? No. Then what you have to install? SSMS. You have to install two softwares to work with SQL Server database. One is SQL Server, one is SSMS. Okay, then suppose I find some students. What they do? They install SQL Server. They don't install SSMS. Then sir, they'll ask, sir, how to work? Okay, you have to install both. Otherwise, they install SSMS, but they don't install SQL Server. They think that no, you have to install both. Okay, now then. So what is completed is SQL Server installation is completed. What is the next one? SQL Server what? Management Studio, SSMS. Okay, then how to download this? How to download? Same thing. This is the link for downloading SSMS. Link for downloading SSMS. Okay, then. Now, they create a Google Classroom link. Okay, will be added to that Google Classroom link. So whatever material is there, I'll add that material to Google Classroom link. You can share, like you can download. Okay, then. So this class notes, I'll add it to the Google Classroom. You can download it from Google Classroom every day. Then So this is the link, like, okay, then this is the link for downloading. Then in this download, what's that? SSMS. Download what? SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. You click this. You click this. When you click this, download starts. You click this, download starts. Okay, now then just 1 minute. Okay, then installation is simple, nothing, just 1 or 2 steps are there. Click next, that's all. You don't need to enter anything. Just click what? Next. Just only 1 or 2 steps will be there. Okay, then so that's all. This is what, like, installation SSMS. Okay, so after whether what installed or not, go to search. Go to what? Search. Just type SQL Server Management Studio. Just type SQL Server. You'll get this one. What is this? Is SQL Server Management Studio. SQL Server Management Studio. So select this. So after installation is completed, so this tool is installed in your computer. Next, open this tool. How to open this? In search, type what? SQL Server. You'll get this one. So select this one. Okay, then. So now, okay, sir. Sir, everything is completed. You install SQL Server, install what? SSMS. Okay, like, install both. If you install only one, you cannot work. You have to install both. Now let's see how to connect to SQL Server. Okay, how to connect to SQL Server. How to connect to SQL Server. How to connect to SQL Server. Then to connect to SQL Server, like, to connect to SQL Server, open SSMS, open SSMS, open SQL Server Management Studio, and enter the following details. Open SSMS and enter following details. What we have to input, what we have to enter after opening SSMS. After opening SSMS, to connect to SQL Server, we have to enter this. What we have to enter? Server type, server name, authentication, login, password. Sir, databases are secure. Okay, now simply if you open, then you cannot connect to the database. You have to enter your credentials. Okay, na? Like banks, net banking. Can you directly connect to the bank account? No, you have to enter ID, password. Similarly, database also same. Okay, then what we have to input, enter the following details. One is server type. Okay, na? Server type. What the next one is? Server name. Server name. What the next one is? Authentication. Authentication. Server type, server name, authentication. Next one, login, and what's that? Password. Login, password. That's it. You have to input this. So after installation is completed, to connect to SQL Server, open SSMS, enter this. Server type, server name, authentication, login, password. Okay, then. Okay. Now, and server type, server type is fixed, database engine. Server type is fixed, database what's it? Engine. Okay, na? Server type is fixed, database engine. Okay, then so server type is fixed, database engine. Okay, but you'll get different options here: database engine, analysis, reporting, integration, like that. But you select database engine. So like there is MSBI, SQL Server is also used for MSBI. So MSBI, integration services, SSIS, SSRS, SSAS, they use this one. But we use what's it? Database engine services. And what is the server name? Now tell me here, what is the server? This is the server. Because SQL Server is installed in this computer now. What is this server? Server means this is the server. Where SQL Server software is installed, that is called server. So this is the server. Server name means name of this computer. Server name means what? Name of this computer. Okay. Na? So SQL Server is installed in your laptop. Server name means your laptop name. How to find out the name? How to find out the name? How to find out the name of this computer? Huh? How to find out name of this computer? Select this computer. This is the computer icon. This PC. Okay, na? My computer. This PC. This is the computer icon. Select this. Right click. Go to properties. To find out the computer name, go to properties. So in properties, okay, then device name. Device name. Device name means computer name. Device name means what? Computer name. Your desktop, iPhone, something 5 or B or 8, 82B7V something. Okay, na? This is what computer name. So copy this. Copy this. Okay, copy this name. Copy this name. Next, paste it here. Okay, na? Paste it here. So server name. Okay, then. So in my system, server name is this. This is the server name. Okay, how to find out the server name? Go to computer icon, right click, go to properties. There you can find what's the device name, computer name. Next one. Next. So then in my system it is like, but in your system it may be different. Okay, then you have to find out. Okay, na? Now authentication. Authentication. Now authentication can be two. What is this? Is Windows or SQL. These are all cloud. Okay, these are all cloud related. So like Windows or what's it? SQL Server authentication, either Windows authentication or SQL Server authentication. If you say Windows authentication, it will not ask username and password. It will not ask username and password. Directly you can connect to SQL Server. If you say SQL Server authentication, then it will ask login and password. So which is secure? SQL Server authentication is secure. If you want security, use SQL Server authentication. You don't want security, then use Windows authentication. Suppose I select SQL Server authentication. Okay, after selecting SQL Server authentication, it is selecting, it is asking what? Login and what's it? Password. So authentication, I selected SQL Server authentication. Next, it is asking what? Login. Then what is the login here? Login, you enter SA. Login is SA. Okay, and this login is created automatically after installation of SQL Server. This login is created automatically after installation of SQL Server. And what this is? This is SA stands for what's it? System admin. SA stands for system admin. Admin login. And do we need to create this? No. Automatically created, automatically created after installation. Okay, next. What is the password? Password you enter at the time of installation. You remember? You enter password at the time of installation. At the time of installation, I said enter password, remember the password, because every day we use this password to connect to SQL server. Okay, na? Then what is the password I entered? 123. You also enter simple password. Don't enter complex passwords. @ underscores. Okay, simple 123. Okay, now that's how. This is what then. So you enter these details. You enter these details. Okay, then. So server type, database engine, server name, computer name, authentication, SQL server, login is SA, password is 123. Okay, then 123. Now click WhatsApp, connect. Click connect. If you click connect, you will be connected to SQL server. Click connect. Connected. You are connected to SQL server. Okay, connected to SQL server. And after you connect to SQL server, then you are getting this one. What is this is called? Object Explorer. What is this is called? Object Explorer. Okay, then Object Explorer. Okay, now in this there is a folder called databases. There is a folder called what? Databases. Okay, then so this will show the list of databases available in this server. This server is there now. In this server, what are the databases created? So this server contains only one database. What is the database? DB9AM. Okay, na? It will show the list of databases created in this server. So this server contains one database. What the database name is? DB9AM. Okay, then this is DB9AM database. Okay, if you go to real-time servers, that contains what? Hundreds of databases. So servers contains what? Hundreds of databases. Now, next, and also, it also comes with some system databases. It comes with what? Some system databases. So system databases means mainly 4 databases. What are the 4? One is master, another one model, another one MSDB, another one TempDB. Master, model, MSDB, TempDB. So total how many? 4 databases. So these databases are system databases. Okay, and this comes automatically. You install, you'll get system databases. I install, I'll get system databases. Every installation will get system databases automatically. So these databases are created by SQL server, but DB9AM is created by user. DB9AM is created by user. I created this database, but these databases are not created. So these databases are automatically created. In interviews, they'll ask one question. Tell me system databases. Tell me what? System databases. Then you have to give this port. Master, model, MSDB, TempDB. Later they'll ask what for master, what for model database is used, what for MSDB is used, what for TempDB is used. We'll see that. Okay, then. So they'll ask what are system databases, what is the purpose of each and every one. Now, okay, then now, but actually, sir, see, I don't want to use these databases. Okay, now I don't want to use these databases. I want to create a separate database for this class. I want to create a separate database for this class, and every day I want to use that one. Okay, na? I don't want to use these databases. I want to create a separate database for this class. What I said, SQL server is a software used to create a database and to work with the database. Use it to create and to work with. So first create, next work. Yes or no? Then how to create the database? Okay, then how to create the database? To create the database, I'll give the steps. Okay, to create the database, select database, right click, select what? New database. Select databases, right click, select a new database. When you select a new database, then what? When you select new database, then so when you select new database, it will ask what's it? Database, what's it? Name, database name. It will ask database name. So enter the database name. Suppose I enter one database name DB7AM something. Okay, I'm creating one database DB7AM. Click OK. That's all. Here, after creating this, next what you have to do is click what's it? OK. Click OK. When you click OK, database is created. When you click OK, database is what's it? Created. Simple. Database creation is very simple in SQL Server. So what you have to do? So in Object Explorer, databases, right click, what? New database. Right click, new database. Then enter the database name. So what is the database name? DB, what's it? 7AM. DB7AM. DB7AM. So now click what? Okay, click OK. When you click OK, a new database is what? Created. When you click OK, new database is created with name DB7AM. Okay, so that's all. Click OK. So like in yesterday, like only one database is there, DB9AM. Today, now server contains two databases. One is DB9AM, another one DB7AM. There are two databases. Okay. Database creation is easy. Okay, na? Database creation is what's that? Easy. But what is important here? When you create database, what happens? That is important. When you create database, okay, na? Suppose here I'm creating a database, new database DB7AM. So when you create database, what happens is database is created with two files. Database is created with what's that? Two files. Okay, na? See, it's created with two files. One file is called data file. One file is called what? Log file. Okay, listen. So this is the database. Database is created with two files. One file is called data file. Another file is called what's it? Log file. Okay, so this is a data file. It's created with two files. Log file. So this is what this is database. Just listen first. Database is mainly created with two files, data file and log file. What is the data file extension? Files means files will be having extension. Text file will be having .txt. Excel file will be having .xls. PowerPoint files will be having .ppt. MS Word documents will be having .doc. Yes or no? Every file will be having extension. What the data file extension is? .mdf. .mdf. Log file extension is .ldf. Okay. MDF means master data file. LDF means log data file. MDF means master data file. LDF means log data file. Two files are created when you create the database. Database means nothing but two files. Database means nothing but two files. So what is data file stores? Data file stores what's that? Data. What is data file stores? Data. Whatever data you store in database, where the data is stored? Data is finally stored in what? Data file. You create database. What for you create database? You create databases for storing the data. Yes or no? Where the data is stored? Data stored in data file. Okay. So you store customer data. You store customer data. You store products data. You store orders data. Where all the data stored? All the data stored in what? data file. And what is log file stores? What is log file stores? The log file stores what's it? Operations. Log file stores what? Operations. Whatever operations you perform on database, all that operations are recorded in log file. Whatever operations you perform on database, that all that operations are recorded in log file. What are the operations you perform on database? I said create, read, update, delete. You create the data. Okay. Na? So you read the data, you update the data. When you update, that update is recorded in log file. That update is recorded in log file. Which user is done update, at what time he has done the update, which row is updated, what data he updated. Okay. Everything is recorded in what's that? Log file. You delete, which user is deleted, what is the data he deleted. So everything will be recorded in log file. Understood or not? Then, so data file stored in data is stored in data file. Operations are recorded in log file. Okay, then understood now? So, and here, one second. So, like, what is the data file? Suppose here, then, okay. Like, suppose here, just see this here, see this here. So, data file. Okay, what is the data file name? DB9AM. Sorry, what is our database? 7AM. DB7AM dot DB7AM dot MDF. DB7AM dot MDF. And log file name is DB7AM underscore log dot LDF. What is the data file name is? DB7AM dot MDF. Log file name is DB7AM underscore log dot LDF. And what this is? Okay, then what this is? This is what? Data file. This is data file. And what this is? Log file. And what is the size of this data file? Okay, what is the size of the data file? Initial size is what's it? 8 MB. Log file is also what? 8 MB. Initial size is 8 MB. Initial size is what's it? 8 MB. So like 8 MB. Initial size is 8 MB. Sir, it's not compulsory. Default is 8 MB. If you want to change, you can change. Sir, I don't want 8 MB. I want 1 GB. Then you enter. What you have to enter? Sir, default is 8 MB bars. You don't want 8 MB. You want what, sir? 1 GB. Then enter. But you have to enter in MBs. Then what you have to enter? 1024. You enter 1024. 1024 MB equals to 1 GB. You have to enter in MBs. Okay, na? Then this is default. Both initial size is 8 MB. What is the next one is? Auto growth. What the next one is? Auto growth. What the auto growth is? 64 MB. Okay. What this 8 MB is? What's it? What the 8 MB is? What? Initial size. What the next one is? Auto growth. Auto growth. Auto growth. I'll give that. I'll give this 64 MB. Here also 64 MB. What is auto growth means? What is the auto growth? Suppose assume 8 MB is full. This 8 MB is what, sir? Full. You allocated 8 MB now. This 8 MB is full. When 8 MB is full, the file size is increased by. Once 8 MB is full bars, the file size is increased by 64 MB. The file size is increased by 64 MB. 64 MB is also full. Then again increased by 64 MB. Again that 64 MB is also in full. Then again it is increased by 64 MB. Default size is 8 MB. If 8 MB is full, extended by 64 MB, 64 MB, 64 MB, 64 MB, like that. Any max limit is there? No max limit. Max limit depends on your hard disk. Any max limit is there? No max limit. It is depends on your hard disk. Your hard disk is what's that? 500 GB. Then you can store up to 500 GB. Your hard disk size is 1 terabytes. Then you can store up to 1 terabytes. There is no max limit. Max limit depends on your hard disk. Okay, guys, understood? Now, next. So you have to say okay. If you say okay, database is what's that? Created. Next. Okay, na? Then. So what this is now creating, okay, creating what? Database in SQL Server. Okay, then next. Next. Then to create new database, select what's it? Databases folder, select databases in Object Explorer. Where? In Object Explorer, select databases, right click what? Select new database. Select databases, right click, select new database in Object Explorer. Okay, next. What we have to do? Enter what? Database name. Enter database name. Suppose, for example, DB7am. Enter database name. So owner, leave it to the default. Owner, leave it to what's it? Default. Database owner. Okay. Next one. Enter database name. Next. What you have to do? Click. Okay. Click OK. Click OK. Enter database name. Click OK. Next. Next one. Next one. A database is created with what? Like a database is created with following what's that? Following two files. A database is created with following two files. Database is created with following two files. Okay, click OK. Database is created with following two files. Then one is what? Like one is what's that? Data file. One is data file. Another one log file. Okay, then data file. What the data file is? MDF. What is MDF means? Master data file. What is the extension of log file? .lef, log data file. Then next. Next, data file stores what? Data file stores data, and log file stores what? Operations. Okay, data file store the data, log file stores operations. Okay, then data file store data, log file stores operations. These online people, they are chatting. They're not listening the class. So data file store data, log file stores operations. Okay, then so once again, see name, next one type, next one size, initial size, next one auto growth, next one path. Okay, name is DB7AM, type is data, initial size 8 MB, auto growth is 64 MB. Okay, then next one. This is DB7AM underscore lock. Then log file. Next one, 64 MB. Sorry, this is what 8 MB. Here also what 64 MB. Oh. But where these files are created, okay, na? Where these files are what's are created. Okay, files now, files means files will be there in some location. Yes, C drive, E drive, F drive, some folder. Yes or no? So what is the path of these files? Okay, by default, okay, na? By default, these files are saved in this. Okay, created in this path, both data file and log file. By default, these files are created in this path. Once again, just see this here. It's not compulsory that you should write. You write. Okay, now then what is the path? C program files, Microsoft SQL Server, MS SQL 15.mssql, MS SQL. Next, data. Okay, na? This is what this is path. Okay, so these files are created in this path. That means there is a folder, data folder. In data folder, two files are created. One file name is db7am.mdf. Another file name is db7am underscore log.ldf. Two files are created. So same, here also same thing. Okay, na? Same. Yep. Okay, log file, data file is created in what's that? Same path. Okay, then sir, if these files are gone, database is gone. If these files are gone means what? Database is gone. Okay, then I said DBA will take backups. Then taking backup means taking the backup of these two. We'll take the backup of what's that? These two files. Okay, then. So now database is there in the system. I want to copy the database to the pen drive. Database is there in the system. I want to copy the database to the pen drive. Copy these two files to the pen drive. If you copy these two files to the pen drive, database is copied to the pen drive. Database means nothing but now database means nothing but these two files. If these two files are gone, database is gone. Okay, then. So now let's see here what okay. Let's see okay. Now database is what's it? Created DB7am. Now you can go to this, like go to this, like what is the C driver? C files, soft SQL server, MS SQL 15.mssql server. Next one, MS SQL. Next one, data. Then in this, there is a file DB7am, DB7am underscore log created today. DB7am, DB7am underscore log. These two files are created today. Yes. One is data file. Another one is what, sir? 8,192 kilobytes. 8,192 kilobytes means 8 MB. 8 MB. Okay. That's all. Okay. Na? If you delete these files, database is gone. Understood now? Then. No. Sir, okay. No, that's all. This is like creating what's that? Database. Creating database. But sir, is it compulsory that it should be saved in the same path only? It should be saved in the same path only. Not compulsory. You create your own folder. In that folder, you save it. Sir, it's not compulsory that it should be saved in the same path. You create your own folder. In that folder, you save it. Then what you have to do? Here, what? Here. So in this, you enter what's it? Enter path. See, like you create your own folder. In that folder also, you can save it. So like while creating, what you have to do is you have to enter the path. Okay. Okay. You remove this path. Here you remove the path, enter the path. You enter, type it. You create a folder ABC, C:ABC. So the files are saved in what? C:ABC. Okay. Then, sir, next to any drive. It's not compulsory that it should be saved in C drive. You can keep it in D drive, E drive, any drive. Next, one more thing. He has given one option, add option. Okay. He has given one option, add option. What is this add option? Okay. See, add option. Then what is this add option? Huh? What is this add option? Then huh? Why this add option? By default created with how many data files, how many log files? Database is created with how many data files, how many log files? One data file, one log file. One data file, one log file. Sir, I want more data files, more log files. Then what do you have to do? Add button. Click add button. Okay. Na? So it adds data files. Data file. This is data file. You want log file. Select log. Okay. Like you can add data file. By default, it's created with one data file, one log file. If you want to add, you can add by clicking add button. There is add button. Click this add button. So you can add data files and log files. Okay. Then there is a question box. What that question is, like, sir, here, why we need extra data files, extra log files? One is enough now. Because anyway, sir, initial size is what? 8 MB and auto growth is 64 MB. If 8 MB is full, automatically the size is increased by 64 MB. Then why we need extra data files, extra log files? You understood now? Okay, now, like, okay, now, so size is increased by 64 MB. Why we need extra data files? Because one is enough now. Then, so this is also one of the interview question. Okay, one data file is enough. Why we need number of multiple data files? Sir, listen. So, what the size is here? Initial size is 8 MB. Auto growth is 64 MB. Where you are saving? Where you are saving? C drive, some C drive, some folder, C drive. So 8 MB is full, 64 MB. Again 64 MB is full. Then again 64, again 64, again 64, again 64. C drive is also full. Then what? Understood now? So 8 MB is full bus, size is increased by 64 MB, again 64, again 64, again 64. C drive is also full. So C drive size is suppose 100 GB. So that means the file is 100 GB. Then what you do? Okay. Next, what you have to do? Create one data file. Create one data file and keep this data file in D drive. Sir, understood now? create what's that? Data file. Create one, add one data file, and save this data file in what's that? Another drive, D drive, E drive, whatever drive. Got it? This is what, when we need the extra data file means, if drive is also full, so initial size is full, then extended by 64, like that. If drive is also full, then add one data file. So next save that in what's that? Different drive. Okay. So then that's all. This is one. Next. So that's all. This is what's that? Creating what's that? Database. That means in this system, what is ready? In this system, like what user, like SSMS is ready. SSMS is ready. Yes, SSMS is ready. SQL server is ready. SQL server is there or not? Yes. And using SQL server, what we created one database, DB7am. Using this SSMS SQL server, we created one database, DB7am. Okay. Now everything, this is ready. Database is ready. So SQL server is ready. Now you connect to SQL server. Next, what you do? What I said, sir. SQL server is mainly used for creating the database. Next, working with the database. Okay. So creation, you know, database creation, you know. Next, what you do? You want to work with the database. You want to work with the database means you want to store the data, update the data, delete the data, like this. So if user wants to perform any operations on database, user cannot directly contact what? Database. User contacts what's it? SQL server. He can't directly contact with what? Database. What? SQL server. Okay, SQL server will perform operations on database. If user wants to update the data, then user has to give request to what? SQL server to update the data. SQL server will go to the database and update. He wants to delete, then he gives request to what's it? SQL server. Then SQL server will go to database and what's it? Delete. But if you want to give request to means, he has to communicate with SQL server. User has to communicate with what's it? SQL server. Okay, na? Like connection is there. User is connected to SQL server. Simply connection is not enough. You have to communicate with what's it? SQL server. ATM, you insert card, you enter the PIN number, you are connected to server. After you connected to server, the machine will ask you which language you want to use for communication. Yes or no? You select Telugu, Hindi, English according to your convenience. Yes. Here also, user is connected to SQL server. After connecting to SQL server, he has to communicate with what? SQL server. Then for communication, what is required? For communication, what is required is a language is required. For communication, what is required is a language is required. Okay. So, but SQL server cannot understand Telugu, Hindi, English. SQL server, it doesn't understand what? Telugu, Hindi, English. SQL server understands only one language. What that language is? What's it? What that language is? SQL language. What that language is? SQL. So after you connect to SQL server, to perform operations on database, you need to communicate with SQL server. For communication, what is required is a language is required. What the language we use? SQL language. Okay. Then, so what the next one is? What the next one is? SQL. Yet here it actually it is called what's it? TSQL. Here it is called what? TSQL. What is TSQL stands for? Transact SQL. Okay, then transact SQL. What is SQL stands for? SQL stands for structured query language. SQL stands for structured query language. Okay, now. So SQL stands for structured query language. Okay, then what for this is? What for this is? Language, what? Language. Use it for, use it to, a language, use it to communicate with what? SQL server. A language used to communicate with SQL server. Okay, na? Language used to communicate with SQL server. Okay, then. So use it for communication. Languages are used for communication. Any language you take, Telugu, Hindi, English, any language, they are used for communication. So use it to communicate with what's it? SQL server. Okay, na? Then, but how you communicate? You take English. Two persons communicating in English. How they communicate? English only. In English, how? English only. But in English, how? What is like one person to another person? Sentences. What? Sentences. Here, user communicates with SQL server, but okay, in SQL, using SQL, he communicates with SQL server. But how? By using commands. They are called queries. By using commands, that commands are called queries. Then, so user like communicates with SQL server by sending commands called queries. Okay, then so okay, but tomorrow class is not there. Tomorrow is holiday. Huh? Christmas now. Tomorrow is holiday. User communicates with SQL server by sending commands. By sending commands called queries. Okay, then sending commands called queries. What is query means? What is query? A query is a, like you can say, command or what? Instruction. A query is a command or instruction, or maybe what's that? Question submitted to what? Submitted to SQL server. What for? To perform some operation over database. So it is a command submitted to SQL server to perform some operation over database. A query is a command given to SQL server to perform some operation over database. Okay, then. Now, so be clear, user SSMS uses a language, SQL server, what's that? Database. What is the database? DB7am, our database, DB7am. So if I ask, what is DB7am? Then database. What is SQL server? SQL server is not language. What is SQL server? Software. What type of software? RDBMS. Software. What type of software? RDBMS. What is SQL? What is SQL? Language. What is SSMS? Tool. That's all. Okay, now then. So tool, language, software, database. So DB7am is database, and SQL server is a software. SQL is a what, sir? Language. SSMS is a tool. If you go to Oracle, what changes is this one and this one changes. Yet in Oracle, what they use? Oracle. Oracle. What is the tool they use? One tool is there. SQL plus is there. But language is what, sir? Same. You go to MySQL. What is the software they use? MySQL. What is the tool they use? MySQL Workbench. What is the language they use? SQL language. Okay. Then, so if you go to like PostgreSQL, there is one more, PostgreSQL. Okay. Then, so what the software they use? PostgreSQL. What the tool they use? pAdmin. What the language they use? SQL. Or then SQL is what? SQL is common. SQL is what's it? Common for all databases. Okay. So what changes is the changes and the changes, but language remains what's it? Same. Okay. Then, so like actually now SQL is originally introduced by IBM, and initial name of this language was SQL. Initial name was SQL. Actually introduced by IBM. Initial name was SQL, and later it is renamed to what? SQL. Okay. Actually introduced by IBM, and initial name was SQL, but later it is renamed to what? SQL. But even though it's renamed to SQL, but still you have to pronounce SQL only. Okay, now so it is introduced by like that. So, and it's common to what's it? Then SQL is common for all RDBMS softwares. Okay, like if you take SQL Server uses SQL, Oracle uses SQL, MySQL uses SQL, PostgreSQL uses SQL. All these databases uses a common language. SQL is common for all. So language is same. When language is same, working is also what? Language is same means commands are also same. Okay, na? Okay. So we'll continue this SQL in the next class. Okay, na? Next class is Monday. Okay. So tomorrow is what holiday? Christmas now. Then Monday, second floor, second row. Monday, second floor, second row. Timing same. Timing remains same. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Data files, right? In our system, we have a specific size for the in C drive. We have a limit for something 100 GB. But if it is like computed, then we are getting another data file and log file. What my question is, in real time, are we creating? Because in real time, we have a huge means, so we don't need to create for that. In any data files, we don't need to create data files. Right? They will do that maybe automatically. We don't need to create. We don't need to like one size extended, and we don't need to explicitly create. Everything will be like in real time. Everything will be automatic. They check the size, file size. So it is reaching. It is reaching. Then means what they do, they create another file, but not explicitly by using this command. So there will be a script already they write. Another thing is you store like initial size will be 8 MB. In real time also means it starts with 8 MB or like initial size is 8 MB. 8 MB is allocated. Means the data will store for 8 MB. Then again it will increase by 60. Extended by 64. Okay. In real time also the same thing. Yes, software 8 MB. Real time they say 100 GB. Or initial size only 100 GB. Like that. Depends. And this in the extended size is 860 as it was 64 MB. That can be changed or that one also? That also can be changed. That can also. Yes. So not a fixed one or not hardcoded. Yes. There are default values. You can change.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు ట్రై చేయండి. ఒకవేళ సపోజ్ ఇన్ కేస్ కాకపోతే ఓకేనా. అంటే నువ్వు నెక్స్ట్ లేకపోతే ఒక పని చేయి, మండే రోజు తీసుకురా ఈ క్లాస్ టైంలో, లేకపోతే ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ముందు వస్తాను, 10 నిమిషాల ముందు వస్తాను, ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం. Hello, notes is added to the chat box. You can download. Hello, notes is added to the chat box. You can download. Okay, 1.5 to 2 months ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఫిబ్రవరికి ఈజీగా ఎండ్ అవుతుంది, నో డౌట్. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు అంటే ప్లస్ క్లౌడ్ కూడా కావాలి, ఎందుకంటే ప్రెజెంట్గా అంత డేటాబేస్ మొత్తం క్లౌడ్కి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాయి. క్లౌడ్ కూడా అవసరం. క్లౌడ్ డిబిఐ ఉంటే నీకు ఎక్సలెంట్, ప్యాకేజ్ కూడా బాగుంటుంది. ఎజ్యూర్, ఎజ్యూర్ మళ్ళీ అది ఎంఎస్బి, అది డేటా వేరోజింగ్. ఎజ్యూర్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డిబిఐ ఉంటుంది, అది నేర్చుకో. నువ్వు డిబిఐ సైడ్ పోవాలి అంటే ఎజ్యూర్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డిబిఐ అది నేర్చుకో. ఓకేనా, ఇది నేను ఈ కోర్సును డైరెక్ట్గా ఎజ్యూర్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డిబిఐకి వెళ్ళిపో. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ అలాంటప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఎందుకు అది. ఓకే, why not this one? Like actually, see, it's not created. They will create it once registrations completes. They'll create it. Okay, na? I'll give that. Okay, na? After. SQL సర్వర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఇవి, ఓకేనా. డెవలప్మెంట్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఇవి DBA యాక్టివిటీస్ అన్నట్టు. డెవలపర్ డే టు డే డెవలపర్ యాక్టివిటీస్, ఇది డే టు డే అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఇవి. అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ ఏం చేస్తుంటాడు, డెవలపర్ ఏం చేస్తుంటాడు. డెవలపర్ ఏం చేస్తుంటాడు, టేబుల్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంటాడు, వ్యూస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంటాడు, సినానిమ్స్ ఇవేంటి అనేది మనం చూస్తాం మనం క్లాస్లో. ఇది డెవలపర్ చేసే పనులు ఇవి ఎవ్రీడే. టేబుల్స్ క్రియేట్, వ్యూస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంటాడు, ప్రొసీజర్స్, ఫంక్షన్స్, ట్రిగ్గర్స్, ఓకే, ఇవి చేస్తుంటాడు డెవలపర్. అండ్ DBA ఏం చేస్తుంటాడు అంటే DBA యాక్టివిటీస్ ఇవి, బ్యాకప్ తీసుకోవటం, ఓకేనా, డేటాబేస్ క్రియేట్ చేయటం. ఈరోజు మనం డేటాబేస్ క్రియేట్ చేయడం చూసాం, అది యాక్చువల్గా డెవలపర్ డ్యూటీ కాదు, అది DBA రియల్ టైంలో. ఓకే, ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చేయటం, నెక్స్ట్ లాగిన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయటం, డెవలపర్స్కి లాగిన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయటం, బ్యాకప్ తీసుకోవటం డేటాబేస్, ఇవన్నీ అడ్మిన్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఇవన్నీ. ఓకే, దెన్ నేను PDF అంటే గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు వాళ్ళు. జస్ట్ 1 or 2 days వెయిట్ చేయండి, మండే వరకు వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత నేను ఆ PDF యాడ్ చేసేస్తాను, డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు మీరు. ఓకే, 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 1 second. ఇది తీసుకురండి, ఇప్పుడు కాదు, మీరు నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో తీసుకురండి, ఓకేనా. నెక్స్ట్ మండే ఉంటుంది కదా, మండే క్లాస్ తీసుకురండి, ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు ఉందిలే కానీ, బట్ యాక్చువల్గా నేను మిగతా వాళ్ళకి కూడా చెప్పాను, అందరూ ఒకేసారి చేసేస్తాం, ఓకే. అది అది బెటర్, అది ఓకేనా. ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కాదు, కమాండ్స్ ఉంటాయి దీంట్లో ఫస్ట్ కొన్ని రోజులు, తర్వాత ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఏంటి మీ మెయిల్ ఐడి టైప్ చేయండి. జీమెయిల్ మరి పక్కన ఓకే, ఓకే, సరే. అంటే ఇప్పుడు అంతా ప్రజెంట్గా అందరూ క్లౌడ్కి మూవ్ అవుతున్నారు, ఓకేనా. డేటాబేస్ కూడా క్లౌడ్కి మూవ్ అవుతాయి, అప్లికేషన్స్ అన్ని క్లౌడ్కి మూవ్ అవుతాయి, ఓకే. దెన్ అప్పుడు మీకు క్లౌడ్ నాలెడ్జ్ కూడా ఉంటే బెటర్. ఓకేనా. నువ్వు క్లౌడ్ సైడ్ వెళ్ళాలి అంటే కంపల్సరీ డేటాబేస్ నాలెడ్జ్ అవసరం. వితౌట్ డేటాబేస్ క్లౌడ్ డిఫికల్ట్, ఓకే, బికాస్ క్లౌడ్లో కూడా డేటాబేస్ ఉంటుంది. కోర్ జావా మళ్ళీ అది సపరేట్గా, ఓకేనా. అది వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ అన్నప్పుడు మీరు కోర్ జావా. Okay, boss. Hello. So for video recordings, you have to contact Naresh IT. For recordings, you have to contact Naresh IT. Okay, now then. So I don't have the recordings. I'm not doing the recordings my side. They are doing it. You have to contact Naresh IT for recordings. Okay. This is course is not for experienced people. This course is for freshers and experienced. Everyone can attend this course. Okay. So because this course is from basic to advanced, I'll start from basic and I'll go up to advanced. So this is everyone can understand this course, freshers as well as experienced. Okay. I think, see you like in these 2 days or 3 days, I think you understood my way of explanation. So it is reached to each and every student. But what you people like actually you have to wait, boss. Everything you'll get, but you have to wait. Okay, now then. How to practice means first you have to install in your laptop. Okay, now then every day we'll discuss the commands. Then you have to practice that commands. I'll give the assignments. Okay, then. Okay, guys. So we'll see. Like we'll next. Okay, then. Next class is on Monday because tomorrow is Christmas holiday. So next class is on Monday. Okay, then. So we'll continue this on Monday. Bye. Thank you. So see you on Monday. Thank you. Happy Christmas. I see you on Monday.